awesome new Japanese bands who you should probably be listening to, but based on their subscriber counts, it seems likely you haven't even heard of yet. That's what we're here to discuss, and I believe this is now part 6 in this series of these videos, and I really am glad that you guys have been enjoying so many of the bands I've been bringing to you, following them, finding new sounds through these videos, and so here we are with 4 more bands who I think you are really going to enjoy. I've taken my time to pick this next list, and so let's jump in straight away with a bit of a personal favourite. First of all, Sugar Spray. This is a group who I definitely recommend, and yes, the title might give a little bit away of the fact that this is a bright, bubbly and upbeat band in a lot of their songs. However, what you might not gather from the title is just how much musical quality they have. This is a group who really every single member is super talented. They have a keyboard player. How many times have I said this? Bands with keyboard players, that is a really powerful thing to have because they can play literally any sound, and she plays with 2 layered keyboards, and boy, does she really add there. She's not just there to sit in the background, she really adds to the songs and is very core to the whole sound of what you're hearing. They got a guitarist who is full of energy and really can shred some songs as well. They've got an amazing front lead singer who's got a beautiful voice and just is brilliant at the front, a bass player who can hit all the cool grooves, and a drummer who, she's fantastic. She is really fantastic. Now, why do I know so much about this bright, bubbly band? I'm going to lay my cards on the table and say I was so impressed when I first heard of them. I contacted them. I have done an interview with this group. In fact, we did a whole session. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, it's a video. I've seen them live. They did a live session with us. It is coming up on this channel in the coming month or two. Hopefully not too long until you see this. Obviously, we've got a lot of interviews, but this is one of the ones I had to put out there. They're such a small new band, but I really think that you should check them out because musical quality is unbelievable. When you listen to them, they're one of those groups, and I often say this is the quality of the really strong groups. You listen to them and you just can't believe that they're small, that they're new, that they've only got a handful of subscribers. This is one of those bands who absolutely already sound like they're ready to go, absolutely already sound like the real deal, with professional recordings, with songs that I'm sure if more people heard them, they would fall in love with. It might be a little bit more on the poppy side, but whatever your taste, if you just love good music, check them out. Sugar Spray, brilliant. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, RINNE. And yeah, I know a lot of people are immediately going in their minds the Band-Maid song, but this is a band in its own right, and one that I think you'll absolutely want to check out if you are into rock songs that are clear, have good energy, good musicianship, songs that really kind of get you in that raw sort of way, because that's what RINNE are doing, but with a degree of intelligence as well. See, this is a 3-piece band, and as you guys might know, I've got a bit of a soft spot for 3-piece bands, because when you're in a 3-piece band, there is nowhere to hide. Every single member has to pull their weight, has to carry their own part of the song. The drumming here is great. The bass is great. The vocals great. Good sort of melodies in their songs as well. They've got a good few singles out there, and I swear quite a few of them you will find catchy. Guitar line's great as well. It's all that sort of thing where it's not too showy, it's raw, it's to the point, but there is enough intricacy in there, there's enough detail in there to make it interesting, to make it more than just another band strumming away and trying to hit a single. They actually feel like they're crafting songs. This is a really great 3-piece. Also, as I said, they've got quite a few songs on there, so check them out because there is a good amount of variation. They're up to nearly 2,000 subscribers now, which is a little bit of a race since I first saw them a couple of months ago when their last single came out, Hug Me. And that kind of gives you a feeling for the fact that this is also a group who has a little bit of a sense of fun. Their image changes quite a lot between their songs as well, so they're into variation. They of course have a rooftop music video. What aspiring band would not have a rooftop video? They haven't done one on Shibuya Crossing yet, as far as I'm aware. But hey, the Hug Me video, they're dressed up in crazy clothes. This is a group who are really into entertaining. You get that, but at the core of it is just direct, good quality rock music, simple, straightforward, but not lacking in detail, not lacking in creativity. I really think they're going to go to good places. I really hope they do. They seem like a lot of fun. They seem like they're really enjoying it, and they seem like the sort of band who you want you to enjoy their music too. So go check it out. They've been around for long enough that they should have more than 2,000 subscribers now. So although that's relatively high by the amount that usually bands have in this series, go check them out because they deserve a lot more subscribers, and I think you'll enjoy them. There's a few songs in there. I'll link you to Hug Me, but go and listen to some of them. You will find something. Anyway, shall we go on to the next band now? Let's move on to the next band now. Third up,変心芙蓉. Yeah, when we're talking about new bands who've bagged that obligatory and important first rooftop music video, well, we have to mention this band. They've only got one video on their YouTube channel and they've only got about 130 subs. They are really new. And sometimes I do cover bands like that on this series who just have the one video. But when you watch it, you get a good feeling. You can't help but look at it and think, there's some potential here. There's something really good potentially happening here. And this to me just gave me all the right vibes. I mean, apart from the fact that as with a lot of the best bands, they feel like they're ready to go straight from the get-go. You know, got a nice music video, well-recorded song, you know, great melodies, great musicianship. There is a lot going on in this song as well. I feel there's a real emotional intensity to it. It's one of those songs, it doesn't feel throwaway. It feels like it really means something to them. As well as that, the guitarist, I'm not usually one to gush over guitar solos, but there is an awesome guitar solo in this song. Really nails it. Not the sort of thing that you often hear so well done in, you know, sort of new bands, upcoming bands, but great guitar solo in there. Fantastic vocal work. You know, the way that the emotional intensity goes between the more chilled out bits and the verses and then the big chorus is really great. And the rest of the band as well. Great bass work, great drum work, you know, a really good solid underlying sort of feeling, a rhythm section underneath all of this, pinning it all together. It's good music. It varies in mood between the more chill verses, the bigger choruses, like I say, between that rather cool guitar solo. There's bridge work, there's everything. This is a song that feels like a statement of intent. It's not one of those songs that, I mean, I obviously want to hear more from them, but it's not one of those songs that leaves you thinking, I wonder if they can do something different. It's got a lot already in there. You already get the feeling that this is a band who are capable of variation just by hearing the first song. So I do recommend you go check that out and subscribe to them as well, because hey, if you subscribe to them and you follow their social medias and stuff, they might do more. Talking of more, shall we move on to our fourth and final band for today? And last up for today is Kaleidoscope. You know, I think it's a fair thing to say that you can tell when a band is comfortable and, you know, is just feeling good with their own sound when they can have crazy fun. And Kaleidoscope definitely seem to be in that territory. Whether it be their latest song that came out quite recently, I think it's called Wire Wire, where the music video is just madness. I mean, frankly, they got a lot of music videos that just feel like it's complete madness. But this is a group who are clearly having tons of fun. It leans a little bit towards that punky side. You know, it's a little bit on the high energy, rough around the edges feeling, but it definitely is intentionally that way. It's a group who really want to have a sort of a rawness, a punchiness. They want to come across a little bit irreverent, and they do that. But again, not obnoxiously, with a sense of fun, with a sense of being a group who want you to enjoy it, who want you to be on side. They're not trying to smash the system. They're trying to have fun with you smashing the system. You know, they are just the quintessential example of fun, punky, but still good quality music. And one of the things that baffles me is they've clearly been around for long enough to amass a good little collection of videos and songs on their channel, and yet they're just shy of 2,000 subs, which kind of surprises me because there's a lot of production value, a lot of effort again going into this stuff. It's so easy to hear songs and bands like this who are trying to be a bit punky and think, oh well, that's just, you know, it's like something you do in your garage. But this is definitely a group who a lot of effort has gone into their songwriting, their song construction, their music videos. You can tell they love what they do, and as I say, you can tell they're comfortable with their sound. You can tell that they really know who they are and are riding with it. So I think check them out, and hey, you never know. If you like them, I'm pretty sure this is a band who are going to be around for a while doing what they do. So could be a really good find for someone who's into really anything hard-edged. There you go.
Okay, time for a surprise extra entry, and you can tell it's a surprise because I'm outside and wearing a different hat. But I wanted to talk to you also about Let It Out Lelia. Now what we have here is a bit of an interesting juxtaposition, because I know that many of the fans of this channel are actually into that sort of heavier, louder rock music, and this is a group who managed to deliver that through some really sort of throaty sounding heavy guitars, pumping heavy metal beats, but at the same time they have a writing style that is actually very different to this. They managed to go through a lot of creative choices from songs like Lemon Tea, which are quite poppy and fun, all the way up to songs that are more like sort of ballads almost, but all delivered with that heavy sound that gives it a little bit more body, a little bit more impact. As a band, they seem incredibly comfortable with both identities. The aforementioned Lemon Tea, that I will link below, is a relatively recent song where, as mentioned, it goes quite poppy in a lot of the sections. They look very, very happy, bright, and dancing around in the video in bright colours, and yet in the bridge they have a nice heavy breakdown where everything goes heavy metal, and they do have songs that are much darker. The production quality is also very high in all of their songs, which I think aids in all of this. Means that they come across sounding incredibly professional, which makes it all the more surprising that they seem to have so few subscribers. A number that's actually a little tricky to pinpoint, given that their music videos are released through a record company channel. Now, considering, however, that record company channel has less subscribers than Backer Broadcast, never a good sign, and that their Twitter followers amass to less than 2,000 for the band, this is a group who definitely deserve more attention. I mean, as mentioned before, they have really high quality production values, brilliant and interesting writing, and it must be said that the personalities really shine through. They got a good back catalogue of songs as well, a few discs, CDs, albums, whatever you can check out. This is a group who definitely have a lot of material worth diving into. I think it'd be well worth your time. So there you go. Let it out, Lelia.
And on that confusing endorsement, it's time to wrap up this particular entry of Japanese bands who you probably haven't heard of, but I think you should check out. It was mainly bands this time. I might go back to doing a little bit more of the different things, maybe get some idol groups in on the next one like we've had before, maybe some more poppy and experimental stuff. But I had been listening to, I had a lot of bands in my circulation recently, so I thought I'll bring these in. But yeah, as always, we'll have another one of these lists coming up soon. We usually try to do one every month. I think it's been a couple of months since the last one, but I'll be trying to drop another one of these in January if I can. Remember to check it out. Thank you. Give me your opinions. Let me know if there's any bands you want me to talk about as well. I might bring them into the next list. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, I just spat on myself. For now, ciao, ciao.